We are on the Country versus Metal podcast with Copperhead Jones. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are we doing?
Dude, doing great. It's been a while since I've seen you. Since
Yeah, last October, I believe.
yep. Last October is funny. You gave me the Copperhead Jones shirt, and when I went to the festival, the festival owner was going, "Hey, Copperhead Jones," and I was like, "Is he here?" And then I realized I'm wearing your shirt. And he's like, I've been trying to get a hold of you. And I was like, oh, cool. But yeah, man, how you been?
I'm doing great. Life's been just busy. It's been busy, and that's a good thing, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, you've been doing all right, I guess.
Yeah. It's just like anything else. Like there's like phases with TikTok. Like now, anything over a minute gets muted. So like,
Wow.
yeah, and it's just really weird.
Did you hear about that copyright thing?
Yeah, is that what it is? Somebody said that. I didn't really.
There's a copyright thing, I guess. I think they're even going like something with lives too. I don't know. They're cracking down.
Yeah, I get it, and it's just when a band will tell me like, "Hey, man, can you check out our song?" and I'm like, "Listen, I can't do what I used to do," and I'm not. I feel like I'm not a good promo guy. You know what I mean? Like no one wants to see me. You know, like.
Oh, I forgot about that. Duh. Yeah. How are you can't make those videos anymore?
Yeah, well, thankfully I have the podcast, and like it does kind of suck because I like to keep to. I know a lot of people that follow me like watching me listen to songs I grew up loving.
Yeah.
And like I can't do that, and I still have those moments. Like there's still a lot of Waylon Jennings songs, and still a lot of Randy Travis songs that like I haven't heard, and it's weird. Like Waylon Jennings sometimes passes the copyright. It's almost like I thought that would be like one of the big ones.
Yeah.
But like yeah, like all those old songs, I still have like cool moments where I'm like, yeah, I'm at the age and I'm at the maturity of it hits me how it should, because like I don't know, like growing up, were you exposed to a lot of country?
Not that kind of country.
Oh, okay.
No, I actually grew up on '90s country. And then uh, it was mainly if I was listening to older stuff, it was like James Taylor from my mom's side, John Denver, or it was Led Zeppelin and Leonard Skinner and Allman Brothers. We were big Southern rock fans.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I grew up on. That and a little throwing some Three Doors Down there and all that good stuff. And that was our jam.
Yeah. It's funny. My dad loves Leonard Skinner, and for some reason, like we had a rule, like we weren't allowed to put Led Zeppelin on. I remember, like,
Really?
oh, I'll have to ask him one day, and I know what he'll tell me. It's my radio, but like I'm pretty sure he made a trek to the funerals. I don't know if he made it. I know, I he got in trouble going somewhere. I don't know if that was that trip, but yeah, he was a huge Leonard Skinner. And man, I remember like when you go over to somebody's house and you want to impress their dad by knowing like classic rock,
Yeah.
And I remember my buddy putting on Led Zeppelin. My dad, I wasn't there for it, but I came back and my buddy's in tears. He's like, I thought your dad was like Led Zeppelin. I'm like, what did you put on? Like I'll have to ask him. It's been so long. But it's so funny because I know I would have been mad if someone like as much like I liked Led Zeppelin. It might have been because like I don't know if you remember like Columbia House, where you get like the 14 CDs for like $0.01.
Yeah.
And you had to like buy one a month, and I used all his information, and I think it was Physical Graffiti. And I was like, oh, I'll get down to this, and maybe he was just mad. He was stuck with the bill. But the only song I could see, like, who wants to hear Kashmir after decades? The da-na-na, da-na. It's a good song, but
No, that one
It's
gets old fast. I like the other stuff like "Baby, I'm Gonna Leave You."
yeah,
Just the soulful stuff is really good to me.
yeah, dude. I love Gallows Pole and
Which one?
Gallows Pole,
Oh yeah.
and it's weird. I've never been a fan of acoustic music, but that Unleaded they did with
Hmm.
that Gallows Pole, man, it it gets down. I think COVID ruined the acoustic guitar for me because that was all that was going on, and I just missed because you would see your favorite artist, and some people can do it. Some people can tell you the story, and before you know it, you're like you forget it's an acoustic guitar. But it's just it's probably because like if you see me on electric, it's way different than when you see me on acoustic because I'm not an acoustic player, and you would just
Okay.
think I'm campfire good, you know.
Yeah. It's a whole different beast.
It
I
is.
made the transition from acoustic to electric this year, and I did the opposite thing. And wow, what a
It's
difference!
and it's weird to watch. The lead singer in my band, he had never played electric, and there's Copperhead Road. I I do not like playing that song, and it got to the point where I would just hand him my electric and be like, "Dude, just hit that D chord. I got to go do something." But to watch like how the hand is and the placement of
Yeah.
someone that's playing pure acoustic, it's such an unnatural thing, and like man, it's weird. It's really weird to watch someone that's never. But what made you switch to electric? Just
My sound. I mean,
yeah,
I started really going more rock with my music, and it
yeah,
really needed the full body rhythm rather than acoustic um, compared to my first album. So yeah, I got the whole setup. I got the orange cab with the dual terror, and then I got the Les Paul with my little board setup, and I didn't know what I was doing. And luckily, my guitar player, he's a good friend of mine. He's awesome. He coached me along and started showing me some stuff, and I picked it up pretty quick. The techniques, but the techniques are totally different
yeah,
for electric and acoustic. And now I'm trying to get a little better at acoustic, be more flavorful. So I'm trying to learn some like Bob Dylan and stuff like that to try to help me just you know get a little better at it to add more flavor instead of just play cowboy chords the whole time because I play solo a lot.
yeah. Dude, people love guitar flair. It and I think like if you can play Stevie Ray Vaughan licks like that, I think people love that. But if you can play on acoustic, I think people love it even more.
Yeah.
It's because I think like I just think people just know acoustic's harder. Like even never picking it up because well maybe they have picked it up because compared to an electric, acoustic strings are way bigger
Oh yeah.
and way the tension's higher, and you really have to
And the
make the thing.
action isn't great compared to electric. I don't care how good your action is; it's not great on
Yeah,
acoustic compared to electric.
yeah. It always amazes me like when I saw like I don't know if it's Zach Wild playing like an acoustic with distortion, just playing Hendrix, and it's like how, and like Stevie Ray when he was playing that 12 string, which like 12 strings are like close to like 600 pounds of pressure on the neck,
Oh my
and
gosh.
it just ripping on it, and it's so hard. It's hard to do, especially like man, if you're playing a show outside, like and if you're not hydrated, you're gonna know because your hands are gonna freeze up,
Oh
your
yeah.
forearms.
Oh
But yeah,
yeah.
you get on that electric, you got nines on it. It's like playing butter.
Yeah, it ain't bad. Or when you go down, I'm from Florida, right? Well, you're on the East Coast. You know this. You take that acoustic out towards the ocean. Say goodbye.
Oh yeah,
It's all over the place the whole night.
oh yeah, oh yeah. That's oh, man. Those carbon guitars. I remember when they first came out, and I was in Nashville, and the guy was like, "Check this out," and they were letting us play like the $5,000 up guitars. It was the first time because normally like you go to Guitar Center and you just put a fingertip on there like license. You know, they want all your detail, you know,
Yeah.
and we were just in Nashville and it was just, the guy handed I think it was like, it was something like $6,000. And he goes, you can use this as a boat oar. He said, no matter what you do with this thing, it'll always stay in tune. And I was so surprised. It's just how like, you know, because there's always that debate of tone woods and whatnot. And the
Yeah.
thing just, it sounded beautiful. And because like, you know, like you throw your acoustic in the back of your trunk. There's no climate control. You take that thing out, you'll be fighting it all night.
Yeah.
And you got to keep it humidified with like the
Yeah.
wet sponges and everything, the gauges, and God forbid if it dries out, you got to take it to like a guitar doctor and then like resuscitate it. That's why I love like cheap Epiphones or whatnot with the plywood with the lacquer on it. You
Yeah.
know, natural sounds fantastic, but like you said, like out here, because you know my parents live by they're a block away from the ocean, and man, it not only does it mess with your guitar with the strings, the tarnishing of all electronics,
Oh yeah.
everything.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't know how those people play those beach gigs every weekend and stay with it. Like
Yeah, even
you got to be going through a guitar a year at least.
oh yeah, dude, yeah, with and especially because like when you're playing 7 hours, 7 to 12, like around the water, like it could drop like 30 degrees
Yeah.
in a matter of an hour, of it, depending on like breeze and the sun coming down. And yeah, it's not healthy for an acoustic, especially if you have like one of those all wood.
Oh yeah. I guess you all have that problem up there. Down in Florida, it's just hot all the time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Hot and muggy. Yeah, it's like Houston.
yeah. So as per your song, you're Texas now, right?
Yeah, I
I love
am.
it.
Live just south of Dallas.
Yeah, I was listening to Florida Man today, and has anybody came up to you and been like, "Did you have you done all that?" You know, like, are you that character in that song? Because
Yeah, and I'm like, no, obviously not. Like, no. I'm actually a big proponent of. Now, there's certain songs that, like, the ones that have like meaning, love songs. You gotta experience that.
yeah,
But when it comes to like storytelling songs, especially ones that are just goofy off the wall, like the Florida Man song, uh, no, I didn't live that. We were just making fun of all the Florida Man stories. I'm from Florida. I was like, I gotta cut something off the Florida Man doing bath salts and all this other crazy stuff. And I was like, let's do it. And speaking of which, we got a music video coming out on Friday the 8th for it, a full length music video. So we went out there and shot that in Louisiana, and because it kind of looks like Florida, and
yeah.
it's be fun.
Is is there appearance by Leaf or Kyle?
There is.
Ooh,
Leaf will be in that. He's dressed up as Stone Cold Steve Austin.
oh, does he have the title belt on?
Oh no, that would have been great though. Oh,
Or
should
you
have
should have been like,
consulted first.
you should have been like, I'm Copperhead. I wear the belt, and
No, I'm wearing a cut off Taylor Swift shirt, but instead of a picture of Taylor Swift, it's Dog the Bounty Hunter. It just says Taylor Swift. And then I got jorts, like shorty shorts I cut up. It's great. Got my Crocs on. I get arrested. I wrestle a inflatable alligator that I think is real because I'm high, but it's really not real. It's
Oh,
great.
I love it,
It
dude.
was fun. It was fun to do.
Yeah, it's funny because it's a funny song, but done in a super serious way.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
it's like angry, unhinged.
yeah,
Yeah, that was kind of the point. I mean, the lyrics are kind of like, what is he talking? And the singer's supposed to be kind of unhinged and all methed out and like I'm gonna get arrested and do all this stuff and yeah, man, it's cool. We needed the video. We need the video to kind of make it come across as more
of-
comical than what it is because it does come off as really heavy and it's like,
yeah,
wow, this guy's serious. But I think with some context with the video, and if people dig into the lyrics more, they'll be like, okay, this guy's just poking fun,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, and hopefully they see this and know, you're a totally normal guy.
Yeah. No, I don't know about normal, but I'm definitely not a meth head, so I'll take the win.
Yeah.
I'm too big for that.
Dude, I was like, I was gonna say that, and I'm like, but yeah, that's funny. But dude, like, I really think I do like a disservice to artists sometimes because I sat down and I listened to Second Wind today, and that album is awesome.
Oh,
It's
thanks,
dude,
man.
it's so like I've heard the singles off of it, but to actually sit down and hear the whole collective thing, man, you guys knocked it out of the park. It's dude, what is it? Thunderbirds,
Yeah,
dude. That song. That today was the first time I was like, how the hell did I miss this? It's
it's got a
man,
seven string on there, dude.
dude, I know. I heard it and I'm like, hell yeah. It's the whole album is awesome. You guys did such a great job on it.
Thank you. That means a lot. I appreciate it. And honestly, I couldn't do it without with the guys down at Steel Records. Kyle Roop is him on guitar is just wow. And
I
he did
know.
this steel guitar on Hellion and well every song that there's a steel guitar on. I mean, it's just man, I really lucked out meeting those guys and man, it's just fun making music with them.
Yeah. All summer long, or off the first track and that solo at the end, I'm like, God damn it, Kyle. Like he just does this thing. It's like this, and a million notes come out.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man. That's like I was watching him play the other day, and I was trying to mimic it, and I'm like, man, it's so not my style, but it so could be. It's so his his playing is just so economically proficient. It's
No, it's insane.
yeah
And
when
and
you
people are like, okay, that guy did not do that in like a streamlined take. Like I'm not saying, yeah, of course he probably took a couple takes, but he didn't like parse it together and do a bunch of splicing. No, it's like go watch the video. He sent me all the videos of him playing the solos. Like no, he's doing that for real in real life. He can
yeah
play that on stage if he wanted to right now. It's like yeah,
yeah
it's impressive.
dude. Thankfully, he made made video of it. I've made that I made that mistake before using session musicians and be like, I'll just listen to it and play it by ear. And then the guy did something. I'm like, man, I really wish I had a recording of that. Because I had no idea what he did. He was like manipulating the tone controls, and I was like, oh man,
Oh yeah,
yeah, dude,
yeah,
Kyle, he's a beast.
and trying to when I bring it to my guitar player to play it live, he's like,
Yeah.
I hate Kyle. I hate Kyle. I
Dude,
hate Kyle. He's
that's
amazing, but I hate
that's
him.
the best compliment ever. If when you get done playing someone and another musician says, "Dude, I hate you," that is the highest compliment you could ever receive.
No doubt. No
Oh,
doubt.
dude, we hate Kyle.
Oh, yeah, we all hate Kyle.
From every fiber of my being, I hate Kyle. It sounds so mean, but it's all in love. You just man, you just want to throw all your guitars away
Oh,
and
I
just
know. It's just a little healthy dose of jealousy. Nothing wrong
oh
with it.
yeah
We all wish we could play like that.
yeah. Like I said, it's when you watch somebody and every little movement has a meaning. That is someone that is just you just can't beat a guy at his craft. And Kyle's craft is absolutely being a monster on guitar.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's insane, and I think I'm not going to speak for him, but I think the only reason why he's not out touring is by choice. It's
Yeah.
the only reason. I mean, that guy could do anything he wants, but I think his heart's really in producing, and he does a dang good job of it.
Yeah.
So, you know what? If he doesn't want to go on the road with a band and tour, fine by me. I'll use his talents all day.
Yeah. Hey, Kyle, I need another one. Because, dude, the Second Wind, your album sonically is beautiful. It's when you really just sit and listen to it, man, it's really cool to listen to. And there's a lot of great songs on there, and it's just like I said, with like when I listen to American Crime all the way through, I said I got to start doing that. I just
Well,
really just
it gets
taking it
lost,
all.
right? These days. Thanks again, by the way. But you know, how often do you sit there and listen to a full album anymore?
I know, dude. I miss it so much.
Like I got vinyls. I got a record player. Man, there's nothing to it. Especially getting that getting like a Charlie Crockett or what's his name? Kate McCannon. I can't. It slipped my head.
Colder Wall.
Thank you. Putting that on there where it sounds very retro. Oh my gosh, sounds so good. But the point of that is it forces you to listen to the album the way it was designed from front to back. There's no
Yeah,
skips. Even on CDs, CDs have skips. You listen to the full thing. It's a work of art, and it's really cool. And we're so used to fast food for music, where you get your little 30 seconds of a chorus, and then maybe you like it, maybe you don't. Maybe you'll go listen to the song a few times, and that's that. But how often do you go, man, that song is really good. Let me check out the rest of that album. Listen to it from song 1 to song 12 or whatever it may be, right? It's a cool thing to do. We're all guilty of it.
yeah,
But I like doing that when I can and when I remember to.
yeah. When I'm on an airplane, it seems is the one time I'll throw. It's funny. The last time I was flying to Texas, I put on. I don't know if I told you, so I put on The Wall, and there's that like the planes crashing on like the instruments, and I woke up. I was like, ah!
Oh wow, that
I
is
woke
great
up
timing. Yeah.
yeah, I woke up in sheer terror. The people next to me were just kind of like, "Oh no, sitting next to a maniac here." But because I went out and I woke up like, I was like, "Oh shit!" But dude, like Pink Floyd was definitely one that I could sit down and listen to all the way through, and
Oh,
like The Wall.
they're so good. And you know, that's the difference of and I think that's the difference between 70s, 60s music compared to today. Um a lot of it's commercial, including even my stuff. I mean, it's kind of pack. I don't do it on purpose. It's art to me, but just think of how creative they were. How creative Led Zeppelin was. Every song had its own unique voice, so outside of one another that you could immediately tell what the song was, no matter what second of the song you landed on. Where today, a lot of the stuff is boxed up, and it has to be. It has to be because it's just the way it is. Everybody's very short attention spans and all that, and that's the way it has to be, unfortunately. But man, I love going back to those 60s, 70s albums of classic rock where they just let it loose, and they go for anything they want to, and it's cool. And I may not understand half the words they're saying or what they're talking about, but man, it's badass.
Yeah, and it's like back in the day, like cassette tapes, like to sit and the fast forward a song, and it's like, nah, it's like that's what I like to, back in the day, it just seemed like, all killer no filler, just boom, just put all the good songs down. And it's not like I think people are just putting in songs just to have songs, but like you said, like, and the formats are so different, and the way how we just absorb songs, it's weird. It's a weird feeling when you'll hear a cool song or like a cool TikTok, and you just force of habit, you scroll past it, it's gone.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, man, I wish I would have known what song that was. And it's gone. Like
Yep.
you can't go back. It's so weird. And what I can't say, like, when you're trying to Shazam something and it just stops and you're like, what is
Oh,
that gone?
that's the worst.
Is that gone forever?
Yeah.
And it's so weird. Cause like, there's like no radio DJs anymore. They're not saying, that was Copperhead Jones, blah blah. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just blasting through. Like, I drive an '09 Altima. Like there might be text on the screen. I can't see it. That display's broken, you know? And I just play random, I just put on random stuff. And if I can't say, you know, hey, what song is this? It's crazy how like you'll love a song and just like it's gone. If you don't, if you just don't, you know, I'm a big fan of not looking at my phone when I'm driving. So I've had a lot of
That's
moments where I'm
smart.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
just coming home today, I almost got wiped out. I'm like, man, because I live by myself, and like the only days I have anything to do is Monday. I do the podcast. I'm like, what if like you just come on here? I'm not here, you know, like stuff like that. I'm like, man, you know, like my dog's not gonna call and be like, I get out of the cage at 3. It is 3:15. Like, you know, like, but yeah, it's just crazy because you remember a time where like people had listening rooms. It was a moment you had with music, and I do feel like with people coming out with vinyl and how vinyl's coming back,
Mm-hmm.
I do think like the real like music lovers are they're bringing it back, you know. But like you said, the majority of people, if you can't grab them in 2 seconds, it's like
Oh, you're gone. Yeah.
that's 1,000, 1,000.
Yeah.
That's so hard.
That's it. And that's just with music too. I mean, if if you were like faceless and you didn't have anything, like there was no marketing, but you were on the radio, you were forced to listen to it all the way through, unless you just decided to skip the station, which you usually wouldn't do unless it was super horrible or it's a song you already listened to before and you're like, nah, I hate this one. Skip
Yeah.
it, right? But it forced you to listen to it. And eventually they played it enough on the radio, even a song you were not a huge fan of, you ended up loving. I don't know if that's ever happened to you, but there's a couple times
Mm-hmm.
for me where I listen to a song, I'm like, whatever, I don't get it. Listen to it a few times in the car and radio. Okay. Growing on me. Then eventually I'm just like cranking it up, singing it. I'm like, yeah, they put this jammer on today. Let's go. And,
Yeah.
you know, there's something to that repetition that not all songs stick right away. So it makes it even harder when you talk about that 2 second window, right? Not only you
Yeah.
fighting that, you're fighting the repetition. So I put my song out there, you listen to it. Maybe you like the first 2 seconds. Great. Maybe even save it to your phone. Great. You listen to it one more time, you're like, that's okay. But if it was on the radio, like, and you were forced to listen to the radio, like that was the only means, uh, and they put it on every time you're on your way home, eventually you're gonna end up loving it,
Yeah.
even if it's not the greatest song in the world.
Yeah. And even like equipment, like I upgraded my headphones, and that made a world of difference for certain artists. Of it's like the first time I heard Co Wetzel, like I didn't like it. I was like, nah. And it was on my old headphones. And once it's funny, his guitar player Josh was like, I need to talk to you about your setup. You need to run better stereo setup. And I was like, well, dude, like let's fix this, because like even on the recordings, it's missing stuff. And then like I get like a better setup, and then I put on the headphones, and I'm like, oh no, made a huge mistake. And I've had that where the equipment has has changed.
Yeah. No, that's everything. Um, and I've noticed that too. There's certain songs that I got back from the studio, and I have to go listen. I have to listen to it in my ear. I think I got the same ones you do, by the way, and they're great. They're great for recording too. Um, got those. I go listen to in that. I listen to it on my phone blankly out on the speaker, which is the worst way to do it. But I do it just so because I know other people listen to it that way. And then I listen to it in
Yeah,
my truck. And if it don't sound right all three, I'm like, hey, we gotta figure this out, you know. But I
yeah,
normally don't have to tell Kyle that. It comes like polished, like great.
yeah, definitely. Did you get a phone call?
Say again?
Did you get a phone call?
I did.
It does it still say recording?
Oh, it started over.
All right, we're back.
All right, we're back. We could have taken that
Yeah.
opportunity to, use the restroom or something, but we're on a marathon, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. Good old technology.
Yeah, right.
It's yeah, it's a lot of fun and terrible at the same time.
Oh yeah, we joke a lot. I work at a. I'm not going to say the name or the industry, but I work at a place that works with high technology. Um, and it's always funny. We can do such and such amazing thing. It's more funny when I can be more specific. But anyways, we can do such and such specific amazing technological feat, but we can't keep a Skype meeting going right, or
Yeah.
we can't keep Excel from crashing or something stupid, or Word. It's stupid. But no, I mean these things are great when they work, and you know what? It's still better than dial up. I'll take that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, oh god, when you're downloading a song and somebody pick up the phone and you just kick you right off.
Oh yeah, I remember. I grew up in the '90s. Everybody had to get off the phone. I got to get on the internet. Everybody,
Yeah.
I have to write an email and send it. So no one was allowed on the phone. I was like,
Yeah.
okay then. But so that's great. And but yeah. Anyways, technology's good when it works.
Mm-hmm.
So you got any new artists you've been listening to? I've been so busy with the day job and my stuff, I haven't had a chance to peek in much. But are there any cool new artists you're digging lately?
Oh man, on the on the side that's like easy for me. Oh man, yeah. Mac Hankins and the Moonlighters. I love their sound. Uh
What do they got going? It sounds like a grungy country thing.
yeah, yeah, kind of like Treaty Oak.
Okay, cool.
And they have that cool sound. When I was down in Texas, I got to see them at Lava Cantina with Giovanni and the Hired, which I love those guys.
They're awesome.
But yeah, but man, new guys. Oh man, there's a lot. But
They're
like
popping off
newer to
left and
me,
right.
yeah, that's what I love about. It's funny when like people they'll slide in the DMs and they'll be like, "Hey, I'm Red Dirt. Hey, I play Texas country. I know. Like I know it's gonna be good. I know I'm gonna like it. It's not gonna be like that just plastic sterile. Let's repeat the same phrases.
Yeah. Oh, it
It's
was it
weird.
was the worst back in the day. Now, I got to be honest. I'm not going to just crap all over it because I was in high school. Of course, I was in it with everybody else. The Florida Georgia Line thing and all that. Everybody's singing along to it, and I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed it at the time, and I still do every now and then because it brings back nostalgia. But besides that, I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, back in the day, everything was, especially country. Oh, it's so cringy. Truck, 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 truck. Get stuck in the mud. It was
Yeah,
like God. It was like I can't do country. Like I love country music, but I'm not doing that crap. And then I came out here to Texas and I saw this whole Texas scene and got introduced to Cody Johnson while I was in Florida back in like 2016, 2017, and came
nice.
out here and I was like, man, this is cool. Like I love this. This is real music.
Yeah, dude, that song "Dirt Cheap."
Oh
Th-
man,
th-
chills.
t- oh, that is man. That's a tearjerker. That's one of those. That's just one of those songs that just kicks you right in the chest.
Oh no
Of
doubt.
just how just honest and authentic it is. Like the first like real thing that ever really like hit me like that was Tanner Ostry's Josephine.
Hmm.
Like I've never been, it's, when you have 400,000 plus people, you don't want to cry in front of all of them. Like a guy just came out of nowhere. I'm like, oh my god, and it's crazy how like once you meet the artist and you exchange messages and you listen to their music, you like develop like a relationship. You care about them. And I remember one of the last times I saw him, he played it as an encore, and people were like, "Well, yeah." And I was like, man, I didn't get mad. It just blew me away. I'm like, dude. And I want to be like, hey, you listen to the words. Do you not hear? Are you like me? Do you not hear the words? Like it's a super, super sad song. And like it, even when I the one of the, when I saw him in Texas, the day after I saw you, and I was like, oh yeah, hey, what's up, man? And I just was jokingly was like, yeah, Tanner made me cry. And he's like, yeah, I did. And then I walked away from that. I'm like, man, like he wrote that song about somebody that meant something. And
Yeah.
dude, I felt like a dick. There's, I even told, Cody Jinks. I was like, man, I was like, yeah, and he's like, he's fine. He knows. He knows you didn't mean anything about it. Saying something like that, you're good. And he talks about his song like David, of where it's
Oh, that's
really,
my favorite song by him, hands down, not even close.
yeah. But if you're a music guy, like it's fun music, And but when you listen to the lyrics, you're like, oh my god, And he
Yeah.
even brought that up. He says he plays it. Half the crowd is crying. Half of them are like, you know, just loving the music. They're just tuned into the beat.
Yeah.
And like, do you have any songs like that where you see like a weird dichotomy of the crowd where you're like, oh, that's interesting. This is
None of mine yet. I mean, I don't think I'm at that level where I've built enough of that um, with my own music. But no, I understand that though. There's music people and lyrics people. I grew up not being able to hear well, like at all. And like I said, I listened to Led Zeppelin a lot, and I didn't understand those themes or whatever. So I grew up appreciating music, uh, and that's what drove me. And I always said, I don't care what words they say. I do. This sounds ignorant at first, but follow me. I don't care what words they say. Uh, I just care how they say it, and by that, how they sing it. I can tell everything they want to say just how they sing it with their voice, their emotion behind it, and that's everything to me. Is a vocalist, and I think that to me, a voice is another instrument. But it's a unique instrument in that it has the most emotion and tonal uniqueness out of any other instrument in the world. The only thing that comes close would be a guitar, in my opinion, an electric
yeah.
guitar, where it becomes like a personal. But the voice is such a personal thing. You can do so many different things with it to evoke emotion, to show what you're trying to say without having to say a word. You could say the Whataburger menu, and if you sing it a certain way, you can tell people you're sad, happy, you're excited, whatever. So I've always grown up that way with that, and I'll go back and listen to the lyrics and really appreciate the lyrics once I fall in love with the music first.
Okay. Now, holding vocals at such a high regard, is it hard to hear your own voice,
Um,
or has that gotten easier?
it it was at first because I was so new at it. I mean, I made my first album before I even set foot on a stage. I just one thing led to another, and next thing I know, I'm doing an album just for fun. Like it wasn't serious. And then I started performing, and I'm like, now I go back and listen to the old stuff. I'm like, oh man, that's rough. And so I've been making progress vocally, and so I struggle with here and there for sure, just like everybody else. Um, but I mean, when I'm on stage, I'm having a great time, and the louder I sing, the less I can hear. Just crank
Now,
that monitor up.
yeah. Your first album, was that Anchor?
Yeah, it was. That was the one with no one giving up on it. The one you did first for me a few years
Okay.
back.
Yeah, your voice definitely has changed from Anchor onto second wind.
They grow up sometimes.
Yeah.
No,
It,
it's a tonal difference. I started making different decisions. I also got some vocal lessons. So like I said, I wasn't performing before. So I just sang how I always sang, and that was it. Well, I started doing 3-hour gigs, and you can only sing a certain way so long, the wrong way. before your
Yeah.
voice starts giving out every week. So I had to get some voice lessons, and man, that was a game changer. I can hit notes I could never hit before. Everything's a lot easier, cleaner. I don't strain. It's been great. It's made it a lot more fun for me.
Yeah. It's it teaches like different like breathing patterns, and it's all like alien to me. Like how people are like, you got to sing from your diaphragm. I'm like, you can say it all day. It don't mean.
Yeah, you sing from your diaphragm. That's all you got to say. If you don't know what that means, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what it
Yeah,
means.
yeah. I don't need any more competition.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, man, I heard like a couple 100,000 new songs on Spotify every day.
Oh, that's
It's
insane.
oversaturation. It's
Oh yeah, and now the AI music's coming out, and
dude.
record companies are getting on board with that to oversaturate the market itself. So
I
think of that,
I,
right?
I saw. I don't know. Like you couldn't even like torpedo a new release. I kind of saw like somebody was coming out with an album. Just say like Copperhead Jones are coming out with a new album,
Yeah,
and I can twist it, do like you know Nickelhead Jones, and take your title track, change
yeah.
it like first wind, make an AI generated thing, and just put it out and sync your release. Take people from that, and then it's just like, well, I put it out a day before you, and like, what's this and that, and just I think somebody did it on like a higher level, and it's just
Really,
yeah, and I was kind of
just like maliciously.
like yeah, like a musical hitman, where,
Dang.
like because it doesn't take anything. Because I've used, I made a song. It was it says like type your prompt in, and I put Treaty Oak Revival steals Cody Canada's beer from his tour bus. Make a metalcore song, and it did, and it was like you. It's kind of hard, but like when you type the things in, and you're like, oh, that sounds like a computer. But man, if I think if I like uploaded it and someone listened to it, I don't know if an average music listener would know. Like what is it
No,
that?
at first I started doing this playlist, and I'm on this website called Soundplate, I think it's called, where they submit their songs for a playlist. So I started my playlist and did that. I started getting AI music, and I was like, man, this one's pretty good. And then I looked at their page. I was like, oh, that's AI. And then I heard another one like that. And the way you can notice, or way I noticed, anyways, is the overcompressed vocals. They just sound,
Mm,
they can't get it to where it sounds like it has emotion, like it
yeah,
has a real human behind it. Everything else sounds not bad. If I'm being honest with you, it doesn't sound bad. And the average person, they're gonna listen to it like, "Oh, this is a banger, bro," and then they're just gonna be jamming to it, and then they're gonna want to go to a concert. They're gonna be disappointed.
yeah,
It'll be like the Gorillas, except they won't actually be there.
right. Yeah, like yeah, it's just weird, and that's kind of like the genre that I grew up loving kind of ate itself alive with. It's just everything started to sound the same. The same with rap.
Yeah.
I was just like, all right, man. How many songs you need about the same thing? Like give me Nas, give me one mic, give me something all Illmatic before any of this new stuff I hear, and it'd be the same. Like I grew up loving Metallica. If the subject matter was the same, I'd get tired of it. I don't
Yeah.
understand how there's an entire. And granted, there's probably still guys out there that they're cutting their teeth being individual, but I won't listen to any of it anymore because it's turned on. It's like no, no,
So
and yeah,
what do you have a yearning for, like lyrically? What's missing out there right now?
man, like on like heavier songs.
Well, anything, just like from a lyrical standpoint, what out there is not being said that you think should be said?
You know, like I think like I love to read. I haven't. And I go through like, man, I'll read, and then I'll just kind of like stop. And now like I work in an office where they don't turn the lights on, so I can't anymore. But I think that's been like what really still drives me to do the channel is there are people that are I love short stories. I love like Bukowski and all those like just you can read a poem and have like a whole story on one page, and I love that about songs.
Hmm.
And like a lot of them like hit deep, and a lot of them you can be like, man, I just think Travis. I mean, I hope I get it. Travis Denning has a song, and it's just like when you really look at the lyrics, you're like, everybody knows a guy like that, where it's like who are you
Yeah.
and stuff. And I love even Copperhead Road. I sat the intro to that. Like, if you listen to that hungover, you never want to hear it again. But when I listened to the lyrics, I said, "This is a solid song."
Yeah.
And if there's a couple older songs where I like the music, and I really like "Dust on a Bottle." It's a really cool music, cool song,
Hmm.
and I like how clever it is. And I guess like, I actually I do like how lyrics are right now compared to like that, because I think that's what I always wanted. Because like when you think about it, it's funny. Someone's Broken Window Serenade, which I totally missed. Dude, like I said, it sounded like old vintage stuff that I wish I like. It sounded real.
Yeah.
And dude, I totally missed the lyrics. And people are like, "How are you smiling? Why are you so happy?" And I'm like, the recording is pristine. And then you go back and listen to the lyrics, you're like, "Oh, I've made a huge mistake," you know, like. But yeah, like I think that's still what drives me, and why like I love the genre, and I love the people that do it, is they're keeping, because I love like man, I knew Johnny Cash as the guy who sung "Hurt." That was my first introduction to him, and Nine Inch Nails' "Hurt" was like my favorite, one of my favorite songs. I always used to just crank that in the car with my buddy,
Yeah.
and then people are like, they're like, "Oh, that's that Johnny Cash song," and I was like, "No, it's not. It's a Trent Reznor song." And then Trent Reznor's like, "Yeah, it's not mine anymore." And it was weird. Like that was my first, you know. And then like the second song I heard from them was the Depeche Mode cover, "Personal Jesus," and I knew him as just like an older cover
Yeah.
song. And then you hear like a boy named Sue, and the one where he's stealing car parts to make the car, like, and I I ended up like really having a great appreciation of him. And the same as Waylon Jennings. I'd heard his name before, because the band I used to manage, they used to say they said his name, so I knew the name. And when I really sat down and started doing the videos of him, and I was like, oh, I get it now,
Hmm.
especially with Randy Travis with his voice, and you know, Dolly Parton. I knew Reba McEntire through Tremors.
Oh, really?
I knew her as Heather Gummer. Yeah, Heather Gummer. That's how I knew her. And to come to find out, like listen to Fancy, and it's just crazy, because like I love like a great vocal harmony. Absolutely like what Shane Smith and the Saints, the Wilder Blue,
Oh,
Midnight
yeah.
River Choir,
Yeah.
and all those Low Water Bridge Band. They the harmonies are just incredible. It's just like an audible layer cake. I just love like the separation, and how just so much sound in such, little holes.
Yeah. Right.
It's incredible. I
You
and I
gotta be
really
you
like.
gotta be a major Eagles fan then.
I'm thinking, because I'm in Philly. I'm like, here we go.
Oh, no, no,
No,
no, no, no, no. Not those Eagles.
Dude, I've never. there's a couple artists I've never done a deep dive on that I always say I will, and I just haven't. Eagles, Tom Petty, and man, there's somebody else that a lot of people bring up. The Allman Brothers. That's another one. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah, like, dude, I was watching them Dirty Roses rock, and I was like, what song is this? You know, I've seen these guys a bunch of times, listen to all the music. The guy looked at me, he goes, it's Whipping Post. And I was like, and he was big. So I was like, okay, I'm going to pretend like I know what that
Yeah,
was.
that's right. Just had too much beer today.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, that's what it was. And there's no way I was asking them because I knew it obviously was a cool song. So everybody was going nuts, but you know, because at first I was like, man, is this is this their song?
Yeah.
You know? But like, yeah, it's just weird. Like, yeah, the Eagles. I think when you have a song that's so huge, do you think that like drives people away from like I don't know, like because at Hotel California, it
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
huge.
it's hard because they got the Hotel California and Desperado, right? And those are the big ones. But there's this song called Doolin Dalton that's one of my favorites. And I don't think, I mean, obviously I didn't grow up in that time when that music was coming out. I'm a little younger than that. But man, it's a great song. It's called Doolin Dalton. They got a bunch of stuff. And they went, the cool thing about bands back then is they went through phases like the Beatles did, right? Eagles did, Led Zeppelin did. They all go through these like little phases, and their albums sound sonically different. You can hear the progression for good, bad, worse, and different, whatever. But you can hear their change throughout, and it's really cool. And you can hear when Joe Walsh is added to the band, how much more rockier they get, and it's so cool. How to Rocky Mountain Way and all that. That was I think that was his solo career. He did that one, but man,
Yeah,
they're just they're great. The Eagles is probably one of my all time favorite bands, down to everything, composition to vocals to guitar playing, and it's not in your face. Though I like heavy stuff, don't get me wrong, but it's just they got that finesse. It's just really nice.
yeah. That's that's the one thing I like now is I can listen. I listen to music where people aren't yelling at me anymore. It's a very calming feeling.
Yeah,
But yeah, like Joe Walsh, I love his song "Analog Man."
Analog Man.
Yeah, or he just I because I get it. I especially like when you grew up and using all that equipment that now these machines are trying to replicate it and they'll never get it there. Like these guys, like they used to play with like big amps, big sounds to fill out like
The
big
stage. Yeah.
stadiums. And God, I couldn't imagine like to feel the air behind you and then to go from like that to like a lunchbox amp or like a Kemper or quad cortex, and you do lose some of that. It's magic when man when you hear like a chug with like the bass and the guitar and
Yeah.
the double bass, and if that place has the right subwoofers, man, it'll your heart will start pumping to the rhythm of the song,
Yeah.
and I love that. And figure those guys were playing huge crowds before all these like I would think these places had these gigantic PAs where they're like, okay, stage volume. That was the thing of the past because I'm guilty of it. I still have half stacks, and there's no, you know, I won't ever believe it myself, but there's no need to need a full stack anymore.
No. Well,
Even if
there's a certain point, right? I'm not an Uber guitar nerd.
not yet.
I want to be, but I don't know enough yet. But there's got to be some kind of drop off point, right? Of getting as big and as great of an analog sound as you can, or a tube amp sound, which I have, as big of a sound as you can, without interfering with the other sounds on stage. And also going so big, it's like you don't need to be breaking anybody's back or your
Yeah.
own. In my case, my own, to go load that stuff up. You know, put a little thing up there and put a mic to it. It does the same thing. But there's got to be a breakoff point because I'd imagine if you brought one of those small little things on stage, like it's just not going to do enough. And it's, you know, even for a microphone to pick it up, it's just not going to get the right sound.
Yeah. Yeah. Stage volume shows are fun though. When you have
Yeah.
when you get those tubes screaming and all hot
Oh
and
yeah. Oh, I had it. I had my first experience lately of getting neutered, and it sucked. Like the like the amp wasn't even that loud, but the venue was tight, and there was tile ceilings. So I mean, this place is a tin can, and you know that's it's just not fair. You got to do something so you're not blowing everybody out. I get
yeah.
that. But man, I had it sounding badass. Like it was perfect. Like I had it dialed in just right, and it wasn't even that loud. It was not even that loud. And then they're like, "Hey man, I need you to cut the volume down." It's like, "Do you really? Do you really?" It's like, "Yeah." It's like, all right. So I did, and he kept telling me to turn it down, turn it down. I was like, "Well, now it just sounds like thin garbage."
Yeah.
Because you know, with the me being the rhythm guy, I got that orange amp with the dual. You know, I'm going for that gritty, full sound, and you thin that out, it just doesn't. It sounds brittle. It doesn't sound
Yeah.
great. So you got to have it to a point to where there's enough volume where it sounds decent.
Dude, 100%. And I always like if you go on a guitar video and there's always this argument that tone is in the fingers and I am a huge yeah. Like if you're playing and if you're playing through garbage, you're not inspired. You know what I mean? Like that's you know my rig at my home rig, like I can't just bring it everywhere. But you know, they make like a modular pedal that does the same thing. And you know, that was my justification. I need it so I can be inspired to play wherever because it just it makes a huge difference. Like when the guy he keeps telling you turn down, turn down, turn down, and it's like real tinny and
Yeah.
everything, and it doesn't hit you. You're not connected to it anymore.
No, no, it takes
It's
the soul right out of it.
yeah, and it's a disconnect between you and your instrument, especially when you're happy. You were happy, you were loud, you sounded fantastic, and they're like, "Nah, dog, you gotta turn that down." And you're like, "Dude, that is not in my vocabulary." But you know, and then like you turn it down once because you cranked it in case they did tell you to turn it down. So you run
See,
back to
that's pro
where I
tip right
was.
there. I gotta go louder next time in the beginning.
Oh, dude. Oh yeah, always go louder. And if you do run in that again, get a boost pedal. Put some 12 to 20 dBs on that and just be like, oh, I don't know what happened.
It's a big
Yeah.
FU pedal.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe you put your drink on the board like you shouldn't have. You know?
Oh, that's hilarious.
I call this pedal the Gavin Adcock. Screw you, sound guy.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just funny. They're like, what's this pedal do? Well, let's hope you never have to find out.
Yeah, right.
It's got one dial on it. It's maxed out. And yeah, it's just, boop. You can always do that if like your lead, one of your lead players is like, hey man, you're too much in the mix. You're too loud. And you're like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. And then it's just, they ever do that side look. That's just when you step on it and take it off and be like, well, I don't know. You know, the hell's that? I know it was beautiful.
Big beautiful.
But yeah, when they say tones in the fingers, I agree to a point. But man, if you were to put some of these legends through like a crappy old amp, they're not going to play to the full extent. I know I don't. It's like when you obviously like when you have your orange amp, you have your sound, the sound that you love, and it moves you. It makes you play better.
Yeah.
And, you know,
It gets
and
me
when
fired up. That's why
Yeah.
I love I don't even play even when we play like country songs. I'm not playing my acoustic. I don't bring that sucker out. I bring that thing out only when I play solo. Other than that, I play my Les Paul through that orange amp, and I'll do some tonal adjustments on there to countrify it a little bit. But no, I love that thing, and I'll I'll play it and I'll do that rhythm on there, man, and I just feel it. But when they turn it down on you, even when they tell you to turn it down on the amp and they put it through the monitors, this ain't the same thing. It
Yeah.
doesn't sound the same at all than natural volume coming out of that amp itself. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. Dude, I've I've never had an orange amp, but I absolutely love them. Nothing sounds like them. They're just they're like Marshalls on steroids. And
Yeah,
they're
and
good.
they have a great clean too.
Yeah.
They really do. It's very unique. I love it.
Yeah, I was in a band with a guy that had the Orange Rocker 32 and it's like a stereo setup.
Yeah,
And man, that thing sounded awesome, especially when you put stereo pedals through it. And you can put two mics on it. You have a stereo setup in a little box. I thought that thing was fantastic. And man, like you said, it does chimey cleans and it has just orange growl. There's nothing else that sounds like it. And
yeah,
man, it is especially if you're the only guitar, man, you can really that thing will put meat on your sound and you won't ever have to worry about people like missing another guitar player because it just takes up a huge chunk of frequencies. I really love how they sound. And then
what is it?
they're all
You
what
said
was it?
Telly's?
The orange.
Oh, the orange.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love their amps. And they're cool to look at.
yeah.
You
They're
can see them a
unique.
mile away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Like,
just
oh, this
pop
dude
out.
plays an orange.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I play the blues or not the blues. I play the orange amp, uh, and then uh, and then my other guitar player, the lead guitar player, he plays a Fender Blues Junior, and we
Nice.
both play with Les Pauls. Man, it's such a cool tonal, like great. It's a great combo, and sometimes he'll bring out a semi hollow, and man, that's the AC/DC mix right there.
Yeah. I've never I don't think I've ever played a semi hollow guitar. I don't know how people do it when they're not playing in ears. Because like I always feel like they would like that's why you put a sound hole cover on your acoustic so the monitor doesn't make you feedback. But
Yeah,
I've never like a big S like a big what are they ES 330s or 335s? I can't remember. Like big like what BB King used to play.
yeah.
I don't think I've ever sat down with one and really played
Oh, they're
one.
great. They sound phenomenal, and they're light.
Yeah,
You put that on next to like take the Les Paul off. It's like whew, I can run a mile.
yeah, dude. I that is the one thing I wish they never would have done when they weight relieved. I think a Les Paul should hurt to play. It's it's like a telly. A telly. It's a cutting board. It is a plank of wood, and
Yeah,
I love that. I really like when like I my one it's an Epiphone Les Paul. It's the Zach Wild Bullseye. I love handing that to somebody that's never grabbed it and
oh yeah,
because it's like 9-10 pounds.
yeah. It's legit.
I, yeah I man I love like there was an era where they like I feel like they scooped all the wood out. But if you were to like pick up one that like Slash would have played like an older one and you just like it makes you tip forward.
Hmm.
That's when you know you got a good one.
Oh yeah,
But you got they I do I haven't I started getting like really bad tendonitis playing the Les Pauls because I used to arch because it has like a little arch to it
uh huh.
and I just felt like the fenders and stuff with the flat body my hand was just it just didn't get all messed up but man nothing beats just like an amp cranked with a Les Paul.
Oh yeah,
It, I
yeah.
love
It's
it.
great. It's great. I like the Voxes too. The Vo-
The amps
yeah, the Vox
or
amps. Yeah,
like I don't think I ever played like the AC30s and stuff.
yeah. I think so.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that that play them. I don't think I've ever plugged into one. I thought about it. I know I wanted to when I saw Cody Canada playing one, and I was like, you know, I gotta go see what that's all about because
Yeah.
it does have like that cool like ring like chime. And
Yeah, they say it's a hybrid between a Fender amp and a Marshall. I don't know what that means, but
yeah,
that's what they say.
yeah, it's like man, Brad Paisley, the Doctor Z-Rec, I think it is. I think that's based off of a train wreck, which is based off AC30 circuit, and that had me interested because there's a newer guy that does the chicken picking thing, and he plays the Doctor Z, and you know they're like $2,500, or you can get an AC30 for not that. You know, you can get it on the used market, and it just has like a real cool clarity and chime.
Yeah,
And man, music's expensive.
you ain't lying there. I had
Yeah.
no idea. I play music for free because all the money I get from it goes back in other stuff.
Right.
My wife
That's gonna be
reminds me
like,
frequently.
why get an AC30? Copperhead Jones told me I needed one. That, that'll be my excuse. You know, never. Yeah. What
Oh yeah.
really, what really, it's the 0% like Sweetwater. It's 12-month. You know.
Oh, they get you every time.
Oh yeah. And if they and if you're not paying every month, they're like, hey man, would you not like the candy?
Yeah.
You know, hey buddy, come on, man. You know, what do you want, some extra walking around money, or you want an AC30? Come on. Yeah, like they call you. They're like
Oh yeah,
pushers,
they're on you.
man.
They're on
Oh,
you. I got my eye on a. I'm gonna start doing a lot more solo shows. Um, there's a reason to that, but I I really want to upgrade to get a J45. I never had one, but I played one the
yeah,
other day. I was in a song swap. My guitar wasn't working. I just have a PRS acoustic, which is pretty unique. It sounds okay, but man, those J45s are awesome. I
yeah,
mean, those low mid. I mean, it's the workhorse of the industry, and I got to get one. But unfortunately, that's not something you want to buy on Sweetwater. Not that Sweetwater isn't good, but you got to go into a store and pick out an acoustic. You
yeah,
can't order that online. Like you got to try them all out. It's like, all right, get your inventory. We're doing a test run. Let me see which one I like.
yeah. They're all so different.
They are.
Now, is there like a place to go in Texas where like you can like one stop where you can just go and just try every J45 they have?
Oh yeah, I mean Guitar Center, right? Like everywhere else. But uh, there's a place I actually haven't been to it, but everybody raves about it called Tone Shop. So I've been meaning to get up that way. It's in North Dallas, McKinney area, I think. And so I've been meaning to get up there and try that. But Guitar Center gets you too. I mean
Yeah,
they got that 0% deal too, and they got a ton of stores. So depending on the area you go, you get a lot to choose from. You just gotta try it out. But I always thought it'd be cool to have like a Bass Pro for musicians. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
instead of fish in the tank, you got like I don't know, like Led Zeppelin in the tank. You know, playing rocking music. You know, uh, everybody's everybody's you know there's picks everywhere and everybody's doing like song swaps and jamming. I don't know. I think that'd be a cool concept. It'd be very expensive to do it, but yeah, like I don't know. It would be cool to have that where they have 10,000 guitars on the wall, just a stupid number of inventory, and you can try anything you want. And I think that'd be cool.
yeah, yeah. I've only been to one place. We were renting some gear in Nashville, and that was the first time where I was just able to pick up anything.
Hey, I had another phone call. That was the third one to this call. So
It didn't shoot anything up on the screen,
oh
so it
great,
should be
okay,
good.
cool,
Yeah, we'll find out.
yeah.
But yeah, dude, J45, that's a solid guitar. That was like when I was talking to Cody Hibbard when I don't know if you saw that video when I guess he leaned too far on the stool and he went down with him and his J45. And just like, I know as a musician, you'd be like, is it okay?
Yeah.
Because, man, there's things, man, guitars, they're fragile, especially acoustic.
Are they the heads they break just like the Les Pauls do?
Oh, like a Les Paul?
Yeah.
They, it's funny is that I know because of the angle of the headstock that the Gibsons are prone to break, but then you always hear like they sound better when a luthier puts them back together.
I've
But
heard that. And I've heard they're actually
yeah, it's weird.
built better once they break. They're like everyone's like, all right, you got to buy a used one, and you got to make sure it's broken first. It's like what the hell?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
Just break them at the
it's built
factory.
strong.
Yeah,
It's like okay, Ricky Bobby.
yeah. That's like the road worn Fender guitars. Like you're buying a brand new guitar that's already like just buy a new guitar and just tie it up to your bumper and just drive it around a little bit. If you're that desperate to have something that looks like you've been playing for the last 50 years.
Yeah, you got to get that rustic
But
look.
yeah, but I don't know if that I don't think I've ever played a J45.
They're
I,
legit. I fell in love with it, and well, what it is I don't know what it's like unplugged sonically because I never played one unplugged sonically. I got Taylor's for that, and I love Taylor, but
yeah,
playing Taylor plugged in, not for me at all.
God,
I do not like that ES system, but that LR bag systems they have in those J45s, they're they're great. They're great,
yeah,
and I play plugged in all the time, so that's kind of that's my deal. Is I want something that sounds really good. I had a Takamine, and that sounded incredible. But before I got on electric, I had zero finesse. I just beat the crap out of the thing with my right hand, just whatever. And so with that, the scale length is like it's really big. It's the biggest there is before you get to a baritone guitar. And man, I break a string every show. I was like, I can't keep doing this anymore. So that's why I bought that PRS because it's one of the shortest ones. So I stopped breaking strings so much, but I didn't slow down on that as much until I started learning a little more finesse with the electric, because you can't just
yeah,
chop away at that thing like it owes you money, like the acoustics do.
yeah, yeah. I have a PRS parlor that man I've broken the tuner heads on it and just destroyed that thing. But
Is it electric?
yeah, it's acoustic electric. It's the little parlor.
Oh,
Or like
okay. Yeah.
it, it's cool. My buddy had one. I played it, and I was like, man, we were doing bonfire shows. I was like, I don't, that's one thing. You play a bonfire show with a nice acoustic, that thing's gonna stink forever.
Yeah.
It just absorbs that smoke. So I wanted something that was nice, that wasn't too expensive. But
They don't
yeah,
sound
yeah,
bad. They don't sound bad plugged in. But yeah,
yeah,
I'm ready to upgrade. Like I said, I'm gonna start doing more solo shows. Um, man, I, I, I don't know what it is. I know you're a guitar player, but when you play acoustic solo, there's something different to it. And it's not even my favorite. I prefer playing with the band every day of the week. I really do. I love it. But for whatever reason, playing solo acoustic, it gets more intimate. You can take any request you want to do. You're on your own pace. There's no coordination. There's no rehearsals. You can do whatever you want on the fly. You can stop and have a conversation with people in the middle of it. There's just so much freedom to it. And I found that when I go to small towns outside of DFW where they're not oversaturated with music, and I go play outside of in small towns, and I play solo acoustic, man, I I get a way better feedback. I build relationships much better, and I get real fans and make friends that way, and it's been awesome. So when I go back to that small town and I bring me and my guitar, all their friends show up along with them, and it just builds. And then eventually it gets to the point where they actually know my music. I can bring the band in and it makes sense. But it's such a production for the band. We got a job to do. We're here to rock. And a lot of times because I'm still relatively new with electric, only been doing it for a year. There's a lot going on in my head that has nothing to do with entertaining, which is what I should be doing. Like, okay, I got to stop and hit this rhythm right. And there's just so much going on. Now I got to hit the lyric, I got to hit this note. Um, oh, by the way, I need to make sure to introduce my band because I forget that too because there's so much chaos. Okay, what song are we going to play next? Just there's so much going on in my head that it I come off as stiff and it unapproachable. I'm not a jerk at all. It becomes a
Yeah.
production where you're not very approachable. Where it's like I come in with my flip flops and shorts and I go grab my acoustic. It's like, what's up, y'all? Let's this is songs, whatever. Just laid back, chill. Man, it's just different. So I'm just trying to get. I think over the next year I'm gonna play acoustic a lot more. Get outside of DFW more. Start playing. I'd like to get across state lines and play home in Florida more. It's just I don't know. It's just something to it. I don't know why, but it works better
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah. I know Florida bars love having that kind of acoustic bang away.
Oh yeah, yeah
It's
they do.
something about
And there's no one there to do it. That's not 60 years old singing Margaritaville 12 times. You know,
yeah.
I mean, it's Florida, man. I mean, that's what it is. I'm not knocking on it, but there's no music scene there. If I was in Florida, I never would have even done a record. This whole thing was not a possibility for me. Just I got married. I had a wife. I had a good job in Florida. I never would have thought to do this. And then I came out to Texas, and there's like my wife gets me some studio time for some songs I wrote when I was in the Navy a decade ago, and no one giving up was one of them. And I go and cut it, and I'm like, this is so cool. And like, wait a minute, you can hire people, and they like make your song sound better. Yeah, let's go. So I'm like, so one thing, and then I that's how I roll, man. I burn hot. Like I got excited about it, and then I make a 13 song album. I'm like, let's go. And then they're like, well, you can't just make an album and put it out there and not do anything with it. I was like, what do you mean not do anything with it? Like it's out there. It's great. I just go home, you know. They're like, no, you
I'll
gotta
let
go
it do
play,
its
idiot.
thing.
Like, oh, I gotta like go gig and like play shows. Like that's a thing. It's like, yeah, it's a
Yeah.
thing. Next thing I know, I'm looking up bars to go play music. Man, they're everywhere here. It's insane. Like where I grew up, there was in my county, there's probably I'm not kidding. I wouldn't be surprised. It probably like 10 places max. And most of them are like, it's for full band, like cover, or they're doing like DJ. They got a DJ or karaoke night. But there's no, in DFW, oh man, I forget what the number is. It's got to be close to 200 venues here to be
Wow.
able to play at. And it's unreal. And you have pro level musicians at the touch of your fingertips that you can call. And man, after so many years of doing this, not that I've had so many years of doing this, but after you've done it for a litop bit, man, you build such a good network of great guys that are doing music, and you can call them up, and say, "Hey, man, I really want to play this show. Let's do it." And like, yeah, man, and it's just cool. And the music scene, there's a lot of camaraderie in it, and that's some of the coolest things I could have had because in the military, that's what we all miss. Um, we have a lot of camaraderie. We have friendships that last a lifetime, and we go through some tough stuff together. And man, and then you go do this music thing, and yeah, it's not as tough the stuff you go through, but yeah, that one time you can be like, yeah, remember when that when that drunk guy requested Freebird and actually got mad because you said no, and then and then and then he got drunk and the PA fell on him, or just all kinds of like stupid stuff. You could it's great, it's great. Or you meet on the other side of on the house. You meet guys like my guitar player who we become really good friends with, and he got me. He taught me how to play electric guitar. He's like, dude, you can do it. And he gave me kind of that confidence and started doing it. He started teaching me how to play my own songs on there, um, in a with real technique, with real rhythmic technique, where I can play this stuff while I sing now, and it's so much more fun. Where before I was so intimidated by it. I was like, man, just give me that acoustic because if I mess it up, no one's gonna hear it anyways. I can just focus on singing, and nobody hears that through the mix anyways. I don't know why people. Maybe that's an ignorant statement. I don't know why people bring the acoustic besides just a stage prop because I don't ever hear it when I hear a band play. It just it's overshadowed by everything. Um, but yeah, it's wild. He gave me that, and then he I haven't read a book. I went to college and stuff, and teachers or professors, I guess, they make you read all this horrible stuff that's boring, and then you're like become the super ignorant, like I'd never read a book again, and you don't. I didn't read a book for like a decade. I was like, I'm anti-book. I hate it. I was like, if it's longer than 3 sentences, I'm out. Like you could just give me the cliff notes, dog. Um, but man, he got me into reading again. So I actually just finished up the book Lonesome Dove, and that's like a 900-page book. And man, it was beautiful. It was so good, and it's really helped me. It's really helped me think differently. Uh, I'm really excited what it's going to do for my songwriting because everyone says, man, you read some novels, it gives you advice, helps you with your vocabulary, helps you with communication, helps you with everything. So I'm really excited that instead of TV, I don't watch that crap anymore. I'm reading a book every night, and it's been cool. So I'm really excited to see how that translates to my songwriting here as I get down into it. We're gonna start writing some songs and getting ready for this third album. I don't know if I'm gonna do another full release album. I may just drop singles like everybody does. Um, it's just more economical that way,
Yeah.
and it's really tough when you drop a 12-song album, and I mean it's hard to keep the steam rolling. So it's a lot easier when you got a single and you can just sneak it out, make a big deal about it, and then in another 2 months you can pop another one out, or 3 months, make a big stink about it, and maybe one of them pops off like that. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I'm still learning, but I'm
Yeah.
just making music and having fun, and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. It sounds like you got like a fire to you.
Oh
Of
yeah, oh yeah. I'm fired up, man. I'm ready to go. I just want to play music. That's what I want to do. I want to play music.
yeah.
I don't care if it's for a bar down the street or stadium. But I mean, Red Rocks would be cool before I die. But I ain't getting my hopes up. It's okay. I have no problem playing. Man, I tell you, one of the coolest things about it that I think you'll never get if you reach that level of success is so this weekend I played and these little kids came up. I invited them on stage and I said, "Hey, this is one of my songs. I know you don't know it, but I need some backup dancers. Can you guys help me out?" Like, yeah, we got it. And so, man, they came up there. They had the time of their life, and it was so cool, man. And there was another time I played "Forever Never Amen," and this lady came in the bar. She was by herself. I played the song, and she was crying, and it was the last song for my set. In I got up, and said, "Hey, you doing okay?" She's like, "Oh yeah, that was so beautiful." Um, that that was my husband. That was me and my husband's wedding song, and he just passed away last week, and I need to get out of the house. And man, I just want to thank you so much for playing that. It meant the world to me, and I'm so glad you did it justice, and you did a great job. And she gave me a hug, and man, like that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Like that's what it's all about, and it made me feel good. I felt like I was doing something with purpose, and I don't know. I don't think when you make it to that level that you can really get those intimate experiences like that, because everybody's just clobbering and shake your hand, take a picture. It's just, if that happens, cool. But you know what? Like right now, I'm just eating this journey up, and right where I'm at is perfectly fine. I mean, to get to have those experiences and it's just it's great, man.
Yeah. It's cool to have moments like that. Is you know, out of all the places she decided to go, she ended up where you were.
Yeah, it's weird. It's and those things aren't one offs either. I mean, these little things happen all the time. Kind of just kind of the world's way of saying, yeah, like maybe you don't get to do this full time all the time, but still be grateful that you get to do this and connect with people and make people feel something, even when you're not playing your own songs. You know, that's still cool. You know,
Yeah.
there's some great songs out there, and I love to cover songs. I really do because people know them, they enjoy them, and man, I like letting people escape and have a good time, and or even if it's a sad song, you know, like Forever and Ever, I mean, it's not really a sad song necessarily at all. But man, it hit her at a certain point where it was like wow, and it just it probably you know that's like a core memory for me at least. You know, all that happened to her, and she had to get out of the house, and maybe you know I don't know she needed that let some emotion out, and it's cool. It's cool to be able to do that. There's not many other professions in the world where you get to kind of have that impact on people.
Yeah. And, you know, and get the same feeling back because it goes both ways.
No
You
doubt.
know, like somebody tells you, like, you know, your music saved my life, or, you know, like,
Yeah, I got to stop writing depressing songs because I'm not really saving lives at this point. But my
you're you're influencing the males of Florida.
yeah. So
I based my whole life off this song,
there's a
Copperhead Jones.
he's coming all
Call my
methed out
lawyer.
like, bro, that I didn't live that song. I was making fun of people like you. Come on. It was a song about making fun of the Florida man, not
Yeah.
actually, you know, yeah, you should definitely go do meth and wrestle gators and pythons in your backyard.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. When you're done.
No, it's not. It's a horrible idea. Don't do that,
Yeah.
kids.
The God merch slide. I feel like you wrote that song about me. Next. Yeah. Oh,
No, that's when you shake their hand because then that will actually be the real Florida. You're just like, okay, respect. All right, take whatever you want. You just pretend you're being held at gunpoint at that point because you might as well be.
here comes that smoke, Copperhead.
This ain't no Gavin Adcock concert.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, that was
And
great. Now they're all doing that on. It was on purpose, I think, to begin with, but now they're like intentionally doing it to be funny. And now, like, okay, who can we beef with now? Like, let's get on the
yeah,
Zach Bryan hate train. Let's do it. You know,
yeah,
whoever. And
yeah.
yeah, it's
Rap's
great.
got drama. Let's get in on it.
Oh man, yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I try to I try to avoid that stuff, but there's some stuff I do on social media because I have been advised to experiment on certain topics, and I have fun with it, and it's great. But a lot of it's just kind of poking fun. Like I don't care one way or another. Uh, I took a swing at Sam Hunt, and believe it or not, the dude's a phenomenal writer. He's written some great songs. Just when I first heard him, I don't know when he came out, like what 8 years ago. Doesn't matter. Anyways, whenever he came out, he had that weird like rap but not rap in his song. I was like, he's like talking, but it sounds like weird. And like, I from that point on, I was like anti Sam Hunt, and then
Mm-hmm.
he started coming out with like Cop Car. He wrote that song by Keith Urban, and I was like, hey, that's a good song. And so my friend kind of educated me on that. I was like, okay, he's not so bad, but I'm still gonna pretend like he's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to rage bait a
I'm.
little, apparently.
I'm. Oh man, I hear the keep the night away or keep the night
Yeah,
going on.
yeah. I think that was the one I was talking about.
Ugh. It, it's funny. That's how I know his name because the drummer of the band I was in was like, I want to play this, and that like 808 or the Snapchat, you know, like the I don't know what they're called, but my drummer will bring it out. The black pads, and
Yeah.
he always hits it just to make me mad. He knows I hate it just, you know, and he looks back and he smiles. But it was another drummer and he brought it in. I was like, oh no. I was like, I'm not feeling this, but yeah, that's funny. And man, who I forget his name. What's that? She thinks my tractor's sexy.
Yeah, Kenny Chesney.
Kenny Shed. It's funny is I was going in the bathroom in a parking lot in Nashville, and I heard, "Hey, what the hell are you doing?" And I look back, and there's a guy with a wand that pulled out his baton, and I don't know if he was getting ready to smash me. To turn around, and he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were with Kenny Chesney." And I was like, "Who the hell's Kenny Chesney?" And everyone was like, "What?" Apparently, he had just walked right by, and I had to go to the bathroom, and it's funny. I
Oh
just
man.
remembered they're like, "How do you not know who he is? How do you not know who he is?" And they put on that song, and I was like, "Yeah, I think I'm good."
I think we're good.
It's just- yeah, it was like I just remember. She thinks my tractor's sexy, a basket of fried chicken, and all. I
Oh
was
yeah.
like,
Back
like,
when it was
no.
really corny back in the day.
Yeah, I was kind of like, no. All right, cool. You walked by me. All right, we're done. But it was just funny. I was just wearing like a V-neck black T-shirt, which is like guitar player uniform.
Oh yeah.
It's funny. It ended up the guy. That when I said that he freaked out, and we are telling him, like, listen, man, we're here, blah blah blah. I was like, can we take your picture of you like getting ready to smash me in the head with your baton? And he's like, yep. He was all for it. We took a picture, and I was like, if they pick up this single, I'll make sure this is the picture. But it was funny.
Oh
How are
man.
you in Nashville? You know who Kenny Chesney is, but that, like, once again, that was like another introduction where I was just like, no, it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
You know,
I get it.
best.
I get it. Yeah, there was a lot of corny stuff back then, but man, I couldn't imagine you not appreciating Brad Paisley though.
Dude, I this is what happens. I'll say, as a guitar player, give me not Kenny, give me Brad Paisley's best. Give me his best. Man, they gave me Whiskey Lullaby, and I'm like,
What?
dude,
That's
this is
not
not what I meant.
Oh.
But that song is absolutely incredible.
No, it is. It is. But as a guitar
I-
player, you're like, you missed the mark.
Dude, I knew his name because he has a guitar pedal. The same as I knew Brent Mason because I had his guitar pedal and no idea who he was. But Brad Paisley, absolutely. I remember finally seeing him play and went, that's what I wanted. That dude, he's awesome. His same as, I don't know if you know who Johnny Highland is.
I don't actually.
Oh, dude, it's just chicken picking. He's as he said, just a blind boy. And dude, this guy rips the same as Brad Paisley. And yeah, it's It's an incredible skill set that I've been working on. And
the
I wish,
chicken picking thing.
yeah, I finally, as soon as my brain connected and you get the calluses, I'm getting there. I'm not Kyle Roop yet, but
Is it?
I'll be him on Halloween.
What's up, man? What's up, man? We gonna record something today, man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's that? That's Leaf.
Yeah. You gotta get the American flag overalls.
Yeah. And cut the legs too short.
Yes.
And
yes.
I'm gonna need some fake muscles.
Yeah, lots of them. Lots of them. Yeah.
I love those guys.
So when they do that, is it the same style as like finger picking on acoustic?
I've never really finger picked on acoustic or anything, but I would say it's kind of like doing like banjo rolls.
Okay. Gotcha.
I did do a little stint with the banjo, but my God, they're so loud. I was like going deaf.
Oh, the banjos?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's that right frequency. It just hits you right in the ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very piercing.
You were we lost our spot. We were talking about we went down a rabbit hole. We were talking about the new artist that you were listening to. I think I got like maybe one out of you. Did you?
Yeah. I'm trying to think like who's like new. Like of course like and like new. See, I don't really know like who's new in the scene. I love like Treaty Oak, but then there's Sterling Elza. That is
Oh
fantastic.
yeah, I've heard of him.
So good. Of course, like Dylan Wheeler, all those guys. And yeah, it reminds me, I need Parker Ryan. I love his music.
You
But
know
see,
who's
like they,
you know who's really good? They just released a new album. Colby Cooper.
Colby Cooper's the man.
Oh my gosh.
I got to see him. I got to see him at when I went down to Texas, Highway 30. And of course, we were messaging each other, and he's like, "Hey, brother, you still here?" I'm like, "It's midnight. I'm not there." I wanted to I wanted to hang out with him and meet him, but yeah, that song, Two Words. I love that song.
Do you?
It's just like it's clever, you know, and the way how he delivers it. And yeah, his last album, and he released some like really great covers that I loved how well received they were with people, that because a lot of people are weird with covers, and they're like there's only one artist that can do that, that's the original. And it's like, come on, man, you know, this gives you a taste of what they can do with it, and it's cool.
You ever heard Disturbed Sound of Silence? Yeah,
Oh
that ends
dude,
that discussion right there.
yeah, I 100%. And like Tennessee Jet, I love how like he reimagines covers and people that do that and make it their own. And you know, then there's some covers that's like, why did you even do that cover? Because it sounds exactly the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, that coming from knowing them as you know, and then you're like, whoa, that's the same guy. Because you know he had that rock voice, but him just, it's like eerie. Like I
Oh
remember the
yeah.
first time hearing, I'm like, dude, this is Disturbed, because Disturbed is, you know, like everybody, Disturbed, Nickelback, and all those guys. It's, you know what you're gonna get. You're, you know the mix, you know the music, you know how it's gonna sound, and it's gonna sound like that every time. And it just is what it is. Like with Disturbed, it's, you're just getting disturbed in a weird way, if you know what I mean. Like they're never gonna come out with anything like crazy. But when they came out with that blew me away, because you know
It was so off
that showed
cuff.
it,
Yeah.
showed it just how talented they were. Because you know, like you listen to their first album, and it's, I loved it. You know, it goes great in the car when you're speeding. You know, but when you really hear that, you're like, oh, these guys could do anything they want.
Yeah.
And it's cool. It is cool when artists like that step out of the box, and you're like, oh, well, these this guy's insanely talented.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, Chris Stapleton's the same way in my opinion.
Yeah,
I mean, he's one of my vocal heroes. Him and Vince Gill, both very different. Travis Tritt, love them.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm a vocals first guy. There's a lot of music out there that is the vocals are pretty rough, and but people eat it up. I don't understand it. I understand it from like a storytelling point of view. It's like it's got its own vibe and it's really cool. I've just always been so captivated by strong vocals that, you know, it's I'm a vocals first kind of guy and a guitar second kind of guy. Everything else last place. Like if you got a ripping guitar solo and a great voice, I'm jumping on that train. I don't care what you're called, what you look like. Let's go. I'll listen to your music all day.
Yeah.
You know. But everybody's built different. That's what's so cool, man. The world goes round, and there's music for everybody, and that's so cool. And oddly enough, to my you know, after I've been talking about music for a while, my opinions are in the minority, and I'm cool with that. You know, uh, that's awesome, and I have a different perspective on music, and that's what I try to bring. And I grew up I grew up on all kinds of stuff, so you know, I like Third Eye Blind, uh, Matchbox 20, Hootie and the Blowfish, Three Doors Down, Creed, Nickelback, Linkin Park. Grew up in all those guys. Then you throw in some Alan Jackson in there, some Hank Williams Jr. Because I didn't know nothing about this Texas scene. I didn't know who Pat Green was. I didn't know who Stoney LaRue was. I didn't know who anybody was. I didn't know who Cross Canadian Ragweed was. I didn't know any of them. and until I moved out here. And so, man, I'm really trying to. At first, my first album, I was really just doing it for fun and not having like a brand per se or utilizing influences. I was just really like fangirl about Cody Johnson. I was like, let's make music like that. It's like, well, Cody Johnson's a cowboy, a legit one, rodeo guy. Um, yeah, let's not try to do that when that's not how you grew up. Uh, it's like, okay, cool. I mean, I grew up in the South and, I went hunting and fishing and I did all those things, but I mean, I never grew up on a ranch and, I did own some cows though, so I'll take that. I had some cows, back in Florida, but it was two of them and, they didn't do so hot. So I'm not much of a rancher, all right? Uh, but anyway, that's another story. Um, I did bar my own hog though, so I got a little southern redneck in there too. I don't know if you know what that means, but I can't. I don't think I can say it on the internet. But you can Google that. Um, but yeah, I mean, I couldn't sing stuff like that. So, man, when it came time for the second album, I really wanted to bring in that alternative rock, that not that country, all of what I really grew up on, mixed with stuff I've really been through, um, and not try to keep away from the cheesy. Mine, the Florida Man one, that's satire. I mean, people listening to it right off, but without hearing context, are gonna not maybe not think it's satire, but it really is. It's just I'm from Florida. Everybody jokes about the Florida Man. I probably say a joke about the how I need it's time for my bath salts. I'm from Florida. Try to eat somebody's face off.
Yeah.
Just stupid stuff. But it was one of those to have fun with it. But I really wanted to bring something cohesive that told my story, and not tell somebody else's story. Now, lyrically, a lot of songs were written by me. All the songs were written by me or co-written by me on the first album. Um, and so it tells my story lyrically, but musically, it takes a turn towards Texas a little too hard, to where it's not really as authentic as it could be. Uh, I believe in assimilation. To like, if you go and move somewhere, man, Texas is proud. You've been here a number of times. It's a special place. I love Texas a lot. I love the history. I love the cowboy culture. I love it all. And so when I go somewhere, I assimilate, still carrying pieces of me, keeping me, but carrying pieces of the new places that I moved to. So I love this place, and I think that's what I was doing, just assimilating and trying to get involved in the culture. And next thing you know, that album came out, and so when it came time to really do this second album, man, I had to make it authentic. I had to make it me. Especially the stuff ain't cheap, and I really want to take a crack at doing this for a living someday. So I really wanted to, whether people think it sucks or they love it, it didn't matter to me at that point. I just wanted to be musically based on what I grew up on and lyrically based on my experiences.
Yeah. And
So
that's what great music is.
yeah,
And dude, that album sounds great. And I'm excited to hear more.
yeah, man. I got a song um, called "Gonna Fall," uh, and I'm working on figuring out when I want to put that out. Uh, Basically, the premise is, we all keep staring at our cell phones, and we gotta put it down. And if we don't, we're all gonna fall. Those aren't actual lyrics in the song, but that's kind of the summary of what it's kind of all about. It's like, hey, man, you know, we need to get connected again. We need to. You go to a party, everybody's on their phone. You go to a concert, everybody's on their phone. Man, live in the moment. It's really hard to do. And I tell you, starting to read and turning off books, getting off the scrolling, man, that really resets your brain, and you don't realize how damaging it is to just scroll through this stupid thing for 3 hours and just waste your life on it. I mean, it's
Yeah.
entertaining, and obviously we're on here now. People are doing the same thing, but there's a healthy dose of it. I mean, yeah, there's nothing wrong with getting some entertainment, have some fun, and see what's out there, and go through some. Nothing wrong with that at all. But sometimes it's a little too much, and you can get addicted to it, just like anything else.
Yeah, definitely.
So
That's yeah, that's like the kind of like the premise of American Gods, which is a book where the settlers came here and slowly and surely the old gods were becoming forgotten and the new gods, or like the one with media,
mhm.
they were stronger than, you know, the old gods, and they have like a fight. And yeah, it was weird how like the newer gods were always like the media and fame and all that, and it's just like it kind of plays out like today. It's like when I went to Texas and I got back and people were like, "Where's all your pictures?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm not TMZ." You know what I mean? Like when I'm there and some people traveled hours to get there. I'm not like I'll take pictures, but I'm not doing video. You know, that's the one thing. Like I'm not like the oh hey, you know, I'm like I'm not always on. And I've met a lot of cool people, hung out with a lot of cool people, been to a lot of cool shows, but I'm still like, you know, like when I'm at a show, like, is it content? Yes, but man, this is my time. You know what I mean? Like, I want to enjoy it too.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's always a
it is,
chore.
yeah, and it is weird when they'll be like, oh, yeah, you're at your show, at the show. I didn't see any videos. And you're like, ah, you know, because like taking videos and being like, oh, I'm at their show. I'm a fan, you know, I
Yeah.
guess maybe that's, you know, but, and I always say, like, I got to talk about the show, and I never do because I've had a lot of cool experiences. And what I really like is when you see somebody at a festival, that's one thing. But man, when you see a show and you really get to like see them stretch their legs, it's an entirely different experience. And I've seen a lot of people like really show like just like why they're there at all those big festivals, and you get the full experience where, you know, they dictate how the show goes. And but yeah, I'll never, you'll never see me walking through, you know, Dallas Fort Worth Airport like, oh, we're here in Texas, and blah blah. You know, here's my macchiato, and woo!
Yeah. Right.
Oh, let's drink some Lone Stars. You may see that, you know, after a few of them,
Yeah. There you
and
go. Hey.
yeah. Then here comes the fangirl. We're doing selfies, and
Yeah. Right. I
because
think
it's
the hardest part for me to do is I forget to do it. Just like memory. Like I'm so
yeah,
in the moment, or I'm so like worried about my show that like there's all kinds of stuff there. You know, I got social media people I work with, and they're like, "Hey, you need to be doing this." It's like, okay. I'm like all fired up. All right, we're gonna do this. And then I get there and I'm loading stuff in. I'm doing sound check. I'm meeting people. I'm talking to the bar owner. Say, hey, where do you want us to do this? Set up a merch table. Start building relationship with people. Next thing you know, I play through a 3 hour show. The night's over, and I'm tired. I get home, start paying everybody out, and I'm like, damn it. I didn't touch my phone once. It's like, and it was great. I loved it. But, you know, for
yeah,
this whole social media world, especially with, you
yeah,
know, music, it like content. You got to put it out and say, man, just, I need to hire somebody to just follow me around and do it for me because I don't have the patience for that crap.
yeah. Oh, dude, like yeah, there's a lot of artists that have done that. It definitely helps. Like Braxton Keith, I love how his social media goes. He hired somebody, and there's a bunch of people that have done it. And you know, like you get to be yourself, and that's one thing I love about social media is like, you know, when you see stuff like that, you know, you can't keep the act up the entire time if you're not really like a good person. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's cool to see like, you know, the moments where you can tell they're a little frustrated, but they're still nice, you know,
Yeah.
and you get to see like if they have like a sense of humor, and you just get a little bit more like personality out of it. And I do like that
Yeah.
aspect of it.
I could imagine, though, at a certain level, getting overstimulated, like, you may be the nicest guy in the world, but everybody gets tired of people at some point, right? You know, it's
Yeah.
like you have people bombard you 24/7. I don't know. I always thought about that, like what that looks like on that side of the tracks, because it doesn't seem all that fun.
Yeah.
You know, having everybody, you're just trying to enjoy. You can't even go on a date with your wife or spend time with your kids without somebody ambushing you. And you got to be cool, you know. Otherwise, you're the next Zach Bryan, and you're like,
Yeah.
get off my
Yeah.
to some child. Which
Yeah.
that was. There's a line, and he crossed it, but that doesn't matter,
Yeah.
you know. But anyways, man, I think I'm gonna go. I got some work to do on guitar.
All right. Yeah, you do. We did. Talbot just texted me. He was like 2 hours, by the way. So yeah, we've been.
Oh, we've been talking for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh wow, man, you trying to go Rogan on me?
Yeah.
No, man,
Rogan, I
it
like
was
that.
it was great. I really appreciate you having me on. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and man, I look forward to seeing you. We're still doing October, right?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
I need to go get my real ID so I can fly, and I'll be down there.
Sweet, man. I look forward to seeing you, and it was great catching up, man. I appreciate what you do. I really do. It's awesome.
Yeah. I thanks for making the music. You do all the hard stuff, and you pay all the money to do it. I just play it.
I'm just breaking speakers one set at a time.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I'll catch you in October.
All right, man. Sounds good.
Down
Well,
in
you take
State.
care.
Yep, you too, man. Great talking to you.
You too. Bye.
All right, see you, bud.